afternoon, and welcome to RAM Report, your most trusted source for Colorado State University news. Today, we're exploring the topic of pluralism. Now, what is pluralism? According to Diana Eck, pluralism is actively engaging with diversity. As a part of the CSU community, it is important for us to understand how CSU tolerates and encourages pluralism through events, free speech zones, and the voices of students. Let's see how this works from a first-hand point of view from my good friend, journalist Sierra. Howdy, friends. Over the past few months, I have been tasked with attending different events put on by CSU students and staff that uplift minoritized identities and encourage students to share their voice. The first event I attended was Food for Thought, put on by CSU's very own multi-faith and belief initiatives. This event is a 2-hour-long time for thoughtful and respectful engagement with people who may believe very different things than you. I went to one that was on the topic of maturity. Through this event, I learned so much about myself and how beautifully unique everyone's experiences are. The next event I went to was the CSU Drag Show, which I heard about from a friend. Put on every year, this is a mostly family-friendly show that highlights popular drag queens and kings from the northern Colorado area and even CSU students. I noticed so many different groups of people at this event, showing that CSU advertised this event quite well. Also, having students from our university participate helps to encourage other students to follow their passion, being uplifted along the way. Finally, in order to test the free speech rules CSU has in place, I attended a peaceful protest on campus and used the stump in the LSC Plaza to proclaim my beliefs. According to CSU's First Amendment rights website, peaceful protesting is accepted on campus and even can be beneficial for students to find people who are fighting for something that they also believe in. Also, although the LSC Plaza can be full of people with differing beliefs yelling at each other or being disrespectful, it still emphasizes that humans are diverse and there are other ways to engage with each other respectfully. Thank you, journalist Sierra. It's quite fascinating to see how CSU treats free speech and pluralistic values today, but have we always felt the same way about these topics? Let's find out by taking a glimpse into CSU's past. In CSU's history, we have approached pluralism from many different perspectives, through newspapers, protests, and events. The Rocky Mountain Collegian is a news company that is still in commission today online. In the late 1800s and all throughout the 1900s, it was a newspaper that students and faculty of CSU would pay attention to. Through this paper, they would get important dates for events, the latest news, and other important pieces of information. Looking through the archives, it seems that there were a multitude of campus events just as there are today. However, it seems that there were very few events encouraging diversity, and many events that did more harm than good. Yet, as the years went on, CSU started to include more minoritized identities in the newspaper and in campus life. According to the Rocky Mountain Collegian, in the March 1960 edition of the newspaper, they included a section about women's sports. Throughout the late 1900s, clubs for different minority groups came about, such as the Office of Women's Relations in 1970, the Office of Resources for Disabled Students in 1977, and the Pride Resource Center in 1998. In 2018, CSU adopted the Native American land acknowledgement that is to be recognized at all CSU events. What an interesting history we have as a university. Seeing how our past has developed certainly helps us create a better future. As far as we've come, I still believe there are a few ways we can improve our pluralism here at Colorado State. First, I believe we can train student government and faculty on the ways of pluralism. We can do this by teaching our authority figures about the history of our university and how to engage in diversity respectfully. Requiring a short course on pluralism and having constructive conversations could be helpful for our leaders to have a better sense of how to communicate across differences. Also, we can encourage our peers to become more active in volunteer activities. Volunteering teaches us to be humble, give to others, and engage with people who we may not have interacted with otherwise. Finally, we can encourage safe conflict among our peers who come from vast backgrounds. We can do this by laying down rules of free speech zones and facilitating healthy progress through dialogue. With these changes, I believe that both students and faculty here at Colorado State University could learn how to engage with a healthy amount of conflict and understand others' perspectives, becoming better humans because of it. Through the studying of our school's past and present pluralistic values, I am beginning to learn that actively engaging with others is the way that we move forward as a society. I hope everyone understands that through uncomfortable situations, growth is ever present. This has been RAM Report with Sierra as your host, editor, and director. Thank you for tuning in today, and remember to stay rambunctious.